This is the Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Crews here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25.
Hello everybody, Terry Crews here, and Fan here. Welcome to another Stanley Cup playoffs on EA Sports. And we are on its next part of the game. If you enjoyed the last two games, we see that the Winnipeg Jets shut out the St. Louis Blues on a 3-0 victory lead over the Blues by the American team. And they had clutched their advance to the next round to be against its next opponent between the Stars or the other team, the all and only Colorado Avalanche. And now they will be waiting for its victory run to try to see what goes in on its next position. And then, for the Golden Knights, they were unable to win here in Minnesota as Minnesota's up in a lead series to put it in for a 2-1 game here after Game 3 completion. But this time, will this be a 2-1 series for Florida Panthers or a 2-1 lead for the Tampa Bay Lightning? Well, as I right now, this is the next part of the game here at Emirates Bank Arena. My next commentator supports are Paintbrush along with James Sadolski, and in center ice, I give a warm welcome is LJ. And we'll see you all later, folks. For our next game, it will be the Devils facing against the Hurricanes at The Rock in Prudential Center in Newark, Jersey. Let's see what happens if there is a great game in this communication battle between the Panthers or the Lightning. Now, let's get this thing started. See you later, everybody. It's a big night here at Florida Sunrise. Hi everybody, I'm Paintbrush and I'm here with my broadcast partner with James Sadolski and in center ice, LJ. It's a big night here for the Florida Showdown as we continue in the postseason as we are all set and ready to go. Starting groups of goaltenders in between of Andrei Vasilevsky and the other side for the Panthers is Sergei Bobrovsky. Here's the start for Forsling as he'll give it over to Reinhard, he'll send it over to Bernady. A step pass back to Forsling, and he'll step to Reinhard right to the outside. Here's Verhage, he'll make his way down with the first shot of the game. This one saved up here by Andrei Vasilevsky. Rebound by Carter Verhage, as he'll send it over to Ekblad this time. Ekblad goes to pass over, boots down with the puck steal. Tenbase back in the offense zone, and now this will be breaking point to start things off. Alexander Barkov has the puck in right toward the corner. Fires it around the net, and a rebound by Forsling. Here's set over, now finding to Ekblad. Looks like a chuck, and now finds Verhage. Verhage slides it back, now finds Ekblad. Ekblad takes it over, now finding Verhage. Verhage from outside is Barkov. Keeps the puck moving alive, Forsling on a shot. Glove save by Vasilevsky. With under 19 minutes approaching in the first period, glad you're ready to have some fun out there. There might be some big teams that could be the winner for its next opponent. No score in the game. Sam Bennett wins the faceoff. He now finds Kolakov. He will set to Mikula and send a pass to Bennett. Bennett pulls the pass over to Kolakov and he'll roll again to Kachuk. Kachuk this time now finds Mikula. Mikula sets a pass to Kolakov. Good stick lift here as this one rebounds by the Florida Panthers. Mikula's shot. Blocker save made by Andrei Vasilevsky. Great start here. This one has a better chain off, and this is what I've been seeing things before for Andrei Vasilevsky. He was a big timing to start us off in his first game. Didn't think it was going to happen, but that was the first part of it that he done. First penalty is called on the Panthers. That'll be 7 minutes, his first tripping. Lightning will start their first power play in a Panthers territory. Power play is not a great starting opportunity. This is what they need to do to try to keep things moving. There is no chance to make that one stoppable, but they need to do some else. He scores! That will be the first goal for the Nick Paul, as this one will be the first goal to start the power play for the Lightning. Look what happened here. This is after the face-off on the drop. And this is what the glove he made. But then he missed the catch. That one starts it off for Nick Paul as he really makes it over to make a great chain effort. He didn't start that one up from coming in after the great face-off drop-up. And this rebound has put it in. You see what in the middle? That's what happened right near the crease of it. Nick Paul has found an answer to put it back in. That's the first goal to start up in the redirection. So Tampa Bay Lightning will start their first power play as they have their first goal here at Amaranth Bank Arena. Sometimes you don't say now. I mean, you have to do this on your own. If you don't play it optimally, you're not going to get that one appreciated if you're going to get your first goal put in. As Sam Bennett has his first penalty, you'll try to watch out for some major tripping hazard here on ice. And as of this time, you'll have another look here to give a good start off. And it'll be a first penalty that's going to be on the Lightning, and it'll be Slash. Oh, Slashing's not really a better option out there. That must be a bit of rough escape. Polinski's finds Sam Bennett. And Bennett trying to pull a backhander, block the shot, and Slashing will be on Brandon Hagel.
Tampa, 138, 2 minutes for Slashing.
Now, this is what happened over there. Matthew Tkachuk was able to put it in, and this is the Slashing, and he went right toward it from the back behind it. He did not get a good start off the lead, and
it's time now for your Florida Panthers power play.
Panthers start their first power play here at under 18 minutes in the first. Sometimes you need to do it on your own. I mean, if you don't play it optimally, you're not going to get this one successful for the Lightning.
2 minutes for Slashing. Time of penalty, 18:04 remaining in the first period. That's a penalty on Tampa on Brandon Hagel. 2 minutes on the Slashing. Time of penalty, 18:04 remaining in the first period of the playoffs.
Gergensen run the back. And he rolls it over to Paul. Paul going for short-handed this time. Great save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Now the Panthers will have some regroups here. Lindell fires that shot. It's blocked and rebounded by Bennett.
This will kick back to Bennett. One time score on the power play, number 20, Nick Paul. This is the by number 38, Brandon Hagel. Tom on the power play goal for the Lightning, 140 remaining in the first period. Nick Paul on the power play goal, 2 goals in the playoffs, assisted by Brandon Hagel in the first period at 140 in the playoffs.
Lindell, shoots, save by Bernard. That's Oleski. Under 17 minutes to start in the first period, with 1:06 remaining for the Florida Panthers power play. The win puts in for Gergensen. J.J. Moser now fends it over to get to Mitchell Chaffee. Good poke check here as Alexander Barkov will take over. The rebound puts in. Here's Reinhart! Stop on the path by Vasilevsky. Only 53 seconds remaining for the Panthers power play. Only 1-0 Tampa Bay. It's a good start here so far. We're not really sure what's going to change out because this might be a changing difficulty. Yeah, it's really like not able to be a percentage to make the team optimally. It really is starting to make unbeatable on the scorer's effort. It doesn't really start that often, but it looks like the Panthers really must have had to maintain. They didn't really think it was going to happen. Here's Sam Reinhart right toward wing. You'll fire that one around the net. With 30 seconds remaining for the Panthers power play. Tkachuk trying to battle it up. Barkov watches on Goodsell. Glennon right toward wing. Rolls him down right to the opposite corner of the wall. Reinhart sends it over to Tkachuk. Fires it shot, left saved by Vasilevsky. Just about 13 seconds left for the Panthers power play. Now both players are set ready for their next puck drop. 1-0 to score for Tampa Bay Lightning. Glendale wins the face-off. He now finds it. Listrane shoots for a redirection. That one stays out of his zone. And Eric Cernak takes it over. Out on the boards. And the Panthers power play is always time. It's already up as the man, Brandon Hagel's, out on ice. Great job using a communication skill. There was no way to make the change off that really impossible. It's really like unbelievable to start things optimally. And there's no one else to make that one going behind for the net. They really have been like looking it all over it from the boards. They really had nowhere else to be finding out. I mean, this is definitely a harder play pace that they've done for. Listernainen's back behind the net. He now finds it over to Ekblad, and he sends the card over Hagee. And now Listernainen. Pass broken up, rebounded by Bennett. Again to Verhaeghe. Florida Panthers keeps the puck rolling in from outside of the zone, and he now finds Bennett. Bennett, tricky shot. This one gets back to Nikita Kucherov. He finds Cernax. Lightning back in the offense zone into Panthers territory. Here's Paul. Moves around on the shot. This one stopped by Bobrovsky. We have approached the 5-minute mark in the first period, and as right now as they're moving things in to get ready for our next puck drop. Panthers wins the faceoff as Kulikov has that puck behind the net, and Mikula will send it over now flying to Nosek. Nosek's right toward it in the wing as he'll now chip it around the boards and give it back to Gakovic. Gives it over now finding to Kulikov. Here's Mikula, shoots for the right chain, stopped by Vasilevsky. The rebound by Michael Easemound. Try to watch from the corner, banks it for the board. Another kick here for the Panthers. No penalty on the Panthers this time, it's rebounded by Breer. Gakovic right toward the wing. Slows it down, now we'll give it over to pass to Reinhard. Reinhard was a little bumped out of the way. He'll fire it around again to Gakovic. The rebound by Daniel Radius. Breaks the chain, now finds it over to Gergensen. Goncalves is right toward the wing. Up behind the back. This one rolls out. Here's another chance. Cirelli pulls a shot. Big save by Bobrovsky. Really like a good play afterward. I mean, that's what happens with Bobrovsky. He's really like not getting hold of it when he wants. That's a big change of possession. It's not turning to be like anybody does. Carter, he's right toward the wing in the Tampa Bay zone, and he'll fire it around the net. Here's Reinhard. He will send to Kulikov. He looks again at Belinsky's. Belinsky passes out, finds Kulikov. Looks at Belinsky's. Now he will give it pass over to Barkov. Barkov passes over to Kulikov. One time Kulikov shot, way in the right shape, and back to Vasilevsky with that post save with only 13:32 left. And now in corner right now, both teams are still aggressive, but no score for the Panthers. It is a 1-0 lead for the Lightning. Furbix will now send it over to Mitchell Chaffee. Chaffee's right toward Wayne. Sets it over in the middle. It's broken up. And that one sticks out by Aaron Ekblad as Rodriguez takes it over. Gives back to Ekblad. Ekblad's right toward the wing. He'll try to make a diagonal feed again to Rodriguez. Rodriguez now hits it again to Forsling. Sets to Bennett. Bennett pass to Forsling. And that pass is over to Rodriguez this time. Give to Bennett. Changes over now finding over again to Kachuk. Kachuk looks to Rodriguez. On a shot. Big stop here by Vasilevsky. Rebounded by the Lightning. Now Atkinson's right toward the wing. Sets it over to Chaffee. Chaffee in the wing. Holds it right in Mounty. Now finds the Moser. Moser pass. Lays it over to Furbix. The shot. Tipped off. Counter on the crotch block. And this one redirects wide. And rebounded out by the Lightning. Lindell's got that puck. Now find Aaron Ekblad as he looks over to Lindell. Passes over to Rodriguez in the wing. Making his way down right toward outside of the zone. And it's broken up. Chaffee takes it over with only 12:20 remaining in the first period. Moser's right toward Wayne. Sucks it over. The clock's over. Now finding to Nick Furley's at a shot and it's blocked up. 10 shots on goal for the Lightning. And he now finds Schmid. Schmid lost that puck control. Now finding to Braden Point. 12 minutes remaining in the first period. And he now gives to Forsling this time. Over now to Bovis. Bovis is right toward the wing. He'll give it over again to Lindell. Lindell's right toward corner. A set over now finds it over to Belinsky's again to Gakovic. Sets to Boban. Fires a shot saved by Vasilevsky. Rebounded by the Panthers. Gakovic will set the pass back to Schmid and rolls it over to Lindell. The give over now finding to Gakovic. Behind the cage. Will give it over to Lindell. He now has it to Schmid. One time for Belinsky. Redirected wide. That one goes right toward behind the cage. Now it's Point. He sets the Furbix with under 11:30 remaining. He took right toward the boards. And this will clear the zone out of here. No icing on both teams. Nosek has that one covered. He'll dish it over. Now finds to Gakovic. Gakovic sets it over. Kulikov. One-timer shot for Mikula. Shot saved by Vasilevsky. And Kulikov sets to Gakovic. They're moving around that hardly. I mean, they're not really maintaining it that much afterward. They really have to find another way to get through it. On a shot. Glove save by Vasilevsky. Only 11 minutes remaining in the first period. sending it over right towards center ice. I have his LJ for Alexander Barkov. Thanks, guys. Alexander Barkov is one of our Finnish players and one of our best takes in for most of his hockey career of his season. Playing for the NHL's one of our best records here for the captain as the Barkov team. They make him work strong enough. With his defensive effort, is putting in great ability. The last chain-up was not very the easier way to do for. And what he makes it doing is putting a defensive effort, and this way points it in on a yoink to put a good defensive set. He's putting in with a lot of great times on the attackers, but Barkov has to find another goal if he can take in. This is a big on a hard possession here, guys, but I'm looking forward to Barkov with the tying game. Back to you. Thank you so much, LD. Big rumble down here. Gonna come a shot. Blocker saved by Bobrovsky. Kolokov will send it over to Mikkola. And now, as for Reinhardt's team, Verhaeghe's right toward wing. He'll send it back to Mikkola, and he'll give it again to Kolokov. Right toward center. Verhaeghe. Chipped in zone. Sends it over pass. And Ekblad will now give to Forsling to regroup things in. And now Verhaeghe's right toward wing. Oh, it'll go right toward the wing. Barkov tries to stop on you. This is what happens with defenders. They're really been like shattered into pieces. There's not going to be much time if you're going to do it. Pass Reinhardt, shot saved by Vasilevsky. Barkov rebounds it again. Now find Ekblad and sets to Reinhardt. Here's a set. Chance on a play opportunity. Can't get the goal in for the Panthers. Atwin clears it out of his own as Hagel takes it over. And Calvis went down. Here's Ryan McDonough. That's it. He scores! Got Calvis! Calvis takes the redirection, and he has another goal in the playoffs. Sometimes you don't make the win afterwards. Here's what happens with the rebounding effort. That's Calvis. And Vince puts the play back in with the rebounding. There's no chance, no save. He really had dunked it all. That's what happened when he was coming in there. When Ferguson was right in it, watch what happens. This rebound was knocking it out, but he didn't take up much effort to pay him with another goal. Tampa Bay up in a lead with a 2-0 lead over Florida. We're going to pass the midway mark in the period as Bennett wins the faceoff. Now Kachuk will try things over. And pass is broken up by Cernax. Here comes Glendening. In toward Wade. Passes. Shot. Blocked. Saved by Bobrovsky. Rolls it in. Here's Atkinson. Backhander. Stopped by Bobrovsky. He rolls it over to Kachuk. What a fan reaction afterward. That's a great change that they're doing for. Here's Kachuk. Saved by Vasilevsky. Pulls it with the stop down. Now Bennett's got that puck. Rolls to Rodriguez. For the fire shot, McDonough takes over with 9 minutes remaining in the first.
Tampa goal, his second goal of the playoffs, scored by number 93,
Sets
Jules Concalves.
Also
by number 27, Ryan McDonough. And by number 38, Brendan Hagel.
Pulls a stop.
Tom and a goal, 10:22 remaining in the first period.
Uses force,
Gage
and now the
Concalves, his
pass over
first
now
goal
finds
in the
Rodriguez.
postseason, 2 goals in the playoffs,
Panthers
assisted by
back in
Ryan
offense
McDonough
zone.
and Brendan Hagel
Lopez
in the first period
takes it
at
right toward
10:22
the corner,
in the
and as
playoffs.
Kucherov is back on ice, he sends to Glendening over now finding a good sound. Good sound. Passes back to Radius on a fire shot, blocked it up, and Bobrovsky will give it over to Belinsky again, finding Rodriguez. Florida's back in his zone. This one rolls to Lundell, fires a shot, saved by Vasilevsky. 8:24 remaining in the first period. No goals made for Florida Panthers, as they're still trying to get one. Now let's have a look. I'll send it over to Alexander Barkov over the other way. Nikita Kucherov. LJ? Thanks, folks. With Nikita Kucherov, he has been one of our big takes in. And he was the captain of one of our big takes in as he rolls into toward to have his own show. He's looking forward to seeing his own Florida showdown with the rebounds here as Nikita Kucherov, he's one of our biggest on the performance on the ice. When he knows that long time, this is what he really makes, and that big saves up, he puts a lot of great energy that he does for. I have a lot of great racing for the feeling for the Florida Panthers to see what happens with Nikita Kucherov, but he's looking forward to finding out with his own goal. Let's see what happens if he takes it in, guys. Stop made by Vasilevsky. The rebound by Mikkola again to Greer. Mikkola has that covered to Gakovic, and it's Hedman takes it over. Here's Victor Hedman. He'll slide it again to Radius. Tries to watch in. Good poke check. And Barkov's right to wing. He'll try to kick it out. and rebounded by Nikita Kucherov. Put a slam down afterward. That's a big slam out. That was really almost going to take over. Now the Panthers will try things again. Verhage sets it over. Never gets here. Sets the ease him out. This one's right toward the water. And there will be a penalty. That's going to be on a cross-checking for Ekblad. You
Florida,
see,
number 5, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Frustration here for Aaron Ekblad. He really rolled it in. Ekblad in the penalty box. Another penalty kill for the Florida Panthers. Now the Lightning will take things over on a power play. It's 1-1. Let's see what they do for 2-2. You see, power play is not a convenience option, and they're not doing really well. This is what happens when you don't serve it optionally. They need to get this thing out of the way and cross out of the zone.
That's a penalty for Florida. Aaron Ekblad, number 5, on the cross-checking. Solomon penalty, 7:09 remaining in the first period.
Stop by Bobrovsky. This one sets to Smith, and you'll clear the zone out of here, and Lundell will clear it all the way back. And set to Listerman. Rubber on a shot. They've been knocked down. No penalty on the Tampa Bay. Sorelli sets the headband on a shot. Blocked it up on a shotter, and now it's finding Sorelli over again. The pass to Sorelli. Moves around the shot. Saved by Bobrovsky. Set to Smith. And now it rolls it in. Try to rolls it mounting. Paul right toward Sorelli. Sorelli with the chance. And it's blocked up by a defensive effort, and Balinskis will clear it out. 6:12 remaining in the first period as the Lightning will get their start off with only 1 minute for their power play advantage. 6 minutes left remaining in regulation on the first period. Goncalves changes on. Good stop by Bobrovsky. And now Forsling will carry it over. Now find a Ryan Hardy will clear it out of the zone. Now it's rebounded by Gagel. He'll set it over. Now find a Hedman. Deep to zone to Kucherov. Kucherov fouling on the boards. Forsling went down after him. Try to pull it in. And that one sticks it out of the zone. A lot of burglar going on here, and Volkov will send it out of here. Now here's Radius. Sets over to Kucherov right toward the wing. Kucherov pass. Broken up by Mikkola. Aaron Ekblad's penalty is about to expire. Nosek will chip the zone, and that will do it for the Lightning power play. It's a 1-2 for the Tampa Bay team. They've been knocked out, and they were not really sure what surprises him for Aaron Ekblad as he knocks things over. It's a great communication afterwards, and you're seeing it when you go in. You have a lot of great communication in for the defensive effort. It's not a last minute though, but there's a much place that he could definitely end it up. Nothing is simple. This really gives a hard time effort. Bobby shot is scored! That'll be the first goal for the Panthers. They strike it in the first period. That'll be 2 goals for Bobrovsky. Great start off, and after it's not the advantage afterward. The Bobrovsky is taking time. Watch him out to get checked in. When he gets it over, and he gets the pass. Pass to Kucherov was not easy enough. Here's Big Rick to get in for Matthew Tkachuk. Watch that pass. You see what happens? He's trying to regroup, and this is what happens with this play. He sets the pass over, then you find Mikkola, and then the pass over to Jesper Bropek. This one sets it over, slides it over, and there's the goal. That one zips it in through, and this one's off the blocker. That's the first goal. Panthers are on the board. It is a 2-1 game as we pass the 15-minute mark in the first period. Doesn't really make it happen afterward here. That's what they make the first goal for Jesper Bropek. And Ekblad sets to Rodriguez this time. Now finds the Forsling and rebounded over to Sam Bennett. Fires that shot, left saved by Vasilevsky. Not enough to get a tie game as we're under 4:30. Now they're ready to take the next draw. 9 face-off wins for the Panthers and 7 face-off wins for the Lightning. Now the win for Glendening. Cernak takes over to Atkinson. That one sticks it over by Sam Bennett, and he'll set to Ekblad this time. The deep pass zone to Forsling. In the corner, fires it around the net. Now finds Rodriguez. In toward wing, now has it again. Ekblad. Nosek fires a shot, saved by Vasilevsky. Good timing effort here, but he didn't get a tie game enough for Vasilevsky to keep stopping him bound. A lot of time left in this period. 2-1 to score as Florida is down by 1. And Glendening wins another faceoff. Cernak will take it over. Now finds it again to Glendening. Glendening finds Mitchell Chaffee. Shot blocked by Schmidt.
Score by number 7.
Sent over. Vasilevsky tries to get his own rebound. He was sent out of here. In the zone, coming Glendening.
Assisted by number 77, Mikola.
And this one goes offside. It's going to be Tampa Bay with only 3:44 left.
Time to go 15-17 remaining in the first period. Jesper Gulbis, his second goal in the playoffs, assisted by Nico Mikola and Matthew Tkachuk in the first period at 15-17 in the playoffs.
That goes with a knockdown by Barkov. Reinhardt takes over. Here's Van shot, save by Vasilevsky. 3:40 remaining in the first period. They'll hold things up to get ready for another puck drop. And now they're ready to take things on. 92 over 82% of the passing wasn't even enough. Victor Hedman wins the faceoff, and that one slacks it up. Barkov will send it over. Couldn't get to Reinhardt that fast, but it will now send it over to Brennan Abel. That one chips it. Oh, what a stop by Bobrovsky! That one stayed out of here, and then the rebound by Forsling. Oh my goodness, I love this energy. That makes a great start on his juice effort. That's a big knockout. Panthers with 28 hits over 25. They're looking for another stop down for the Florida team. And Barkov wins the face-up. Finally, he takes it over. And he's right toward Wayne. Here's Barkov. Sends a shot. Scores! Alexander Barkov. He ties it up. And it's now third goal in this playoff game. Easy shot right in front of the Virginia. This is the Barkov racing in his hip. Baldwin dishes off, and he really ripped it over and right toward in the middle. You see what happens with this shot? Barkov was making it in. Baldwin was a knock-in play in action. He done that one with his better take time after. He's not really showing off how he can definitely handle it. So the teams are tied for 2 between the Panthers and the Lightning with 3 minutes remaining in the first. This is what happens with Barkov. He was really seemed to be like he was not really taking his own time, but he sure did. He really had that one coming in back. Fire around the net to Mikola. And we're now finding Lindell. Put a lead shot and redirected off right near the net, and it's ready to 6 over now finding Victor Hedman. Tampa Bay's back in offense zone as Gergen sits right toward Wayne. 6 to move. Blocker stop made by Bobrovsky. This one goes back to Victor Hedman. Listerine with the puck steal. This one is not cleared his own. And Listerine will give it over, now finding again to Gulbis. It's back to Listerine. Over to Mikola.
Number 16,
Mikola right in the wing. And it's behind the net to Lindell. Waste some time. Foul on the net. Mikola recovers it. And it's over to Kulikov.
23, Carter.
Set the pass to Lindell. Fires a shot. Hot save. Picked up by Vasilevsky.
And by number 42,
Rebound by
Gustav Forsling.
Again to Kulikov. Sets to Belinsky.
Time in the goal, 17 minutes in the first period. Alexander Barkov, his first goal in the playoffs, assisted by Carter Verhaeghe and Gustav Forsling at 17 minutes in the first period of the playoffs.
Panthers and Lightning are in a tie game in the first period. They'll get ready for our next faceoff. Sam Bennett wins the faceoff. He spins, shoots, blocker, saved by Vasilevsky. Schmidt rolls to Belinsky. Move around in. Oh, what a save by Vasilevsky. That one stays out. Schmidt fires it. Misses wide. Cernak takes over with only 90 seconds remaining in the first period. What a great reaction here. That's what happened to Vasilevsky. He really got gotten and going out of here. There's no way that he was going to try to defend it. Kucherov shots. That one's off again by Bobrovsky. And that clears his zone. Back into Tampa zone. Back to Florida territory. Here's point. Shots blocked. Schmidt takes over. And now Barkov will have it. Pulls it in. Avoids the tackle. Fires it on net. Final minute remaining in the first period as he will give it again to Schmidt.
Last minute of play in the first
shot.
period.
It's blocked by Point. Point's got his first block of the game here, and this one was a big crouch down that he took. And it's rebounded it. That misses wide. Another hit here for the Panthers. Clears it to Schmidt. Now Reinhardt will take the advantage. A pass to Verhage. Here's Barkov. Oh, stop made by Vasilevsky with only 36 seconds remaining in the first. Good timeout opportunity here, but couldn't get that one rolling in to take the lead. Lindell wins the faceoff. He now finds Aaron Ekblad, who is set to force lane and Listerinen. In toward middle for redirection. Can't get it over to Bovis this time. This one clears out. It's back to Ekblad, finds force lane. Force lane, pass to Ekblad, looks to Bovis. Here's a shot, glove saved by Vasilevsky. Under 20 seconds remaining in the first period. It is a tie game, 2-2. Now they're ready to take the next time on attack. 4:30 for the Panthers and 1:39 for the Lightning. Now the win for Lindell. He gives it to Force Lane. Force Lane finds Ekblad. He gives to Lindell. Lindell passed to Force Lane. He now finds Listerinen. Shot. This one's redirected. Boves takes over. Now Force Lane. Ekblad shot. Miss wide. Rebound by Listerinen. Ekblad finds Force Lane. Here's a shot. Goes in! That stays out of the zone, and that will end the first period.
And that will end the first period. Your score, both teams are even.
We'll get ready for the second period when we come back after
and the
the break.
Lightning 2.
Welcome back to Florida territory as we're ready to start the second period of the showdown. All the players are set. Everyone's hydrated. Ice is freshened up. Here we go. All right, for the first period, it was a little chaos afterwards. Let's have your takes, James, of how they did in the first period. Well, they've really been going really hard. I mean, they're not really like anybody that can play to be like that, but you have to show who you are. That's definitely what they are really kept on from attacking. This motion was not really clear enough, and he really took a lot of use of his own energy skills. That one really raced him forward, and I haven't really been seeing things that no one's given a possible angle that he really done for. I really have seen so many players that they really wrapped it up. But this was a lot of penalty that we're giving over to. I know it does. Well, let's see what they did in a second. Blocker stopped by Bobrovsky to start things off with a second period. He will give it to Verhage, and now finding Ekblad. Ekblad, dish to middle. Verhage, Berlin, saved by Vasilevsky. He really took that piece under it, and Point takes it over, now finding the radius. This one clears right toward the zone. That one dumps it out, blocked up. Now Mikkola sets it over to Sam Bennett. He will give it to Carter Verhage this time. Rolls right toward Wayne, now finds Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk straight toward in the wing, sets it over. We'll have to reset the group here for the Panthers. And now Bobrovsky is going to cover it up and give it to Mikkola to rebound it to Tkachuk. And it's set to Bennett. Bennett's right toward Wayne. Good feed off here. Bennett battling for the loose puck. And Mikkola will have to try again from the top. And now set to Kolakov this time. Pass to Tkachuk. Rolls around net. Bennett takes over. Now the pass. Gives it over to Mikkola. Fires that shot. Saved by Vasilevsky. Tkachuk rolls that one in. Can't find anybody. Looks to Schmidt. Gives to Polinski's. And Polinski's will have to try to reset the group. There's no plays on offensive afterward point. They cannot lose their energy here if they want to get another goal. Yes, it's another range in there. They're not playing it often so well afterwards. I mean, they need to get some regrouping here. You know what happens to paintbrush? It gets very hard and intense. Good catch on a swap by Bobrovsky. 17:43 remaining in the second period. With the 2-1 lead series, we've known about this before, that Florida Panthers had played the last postseason against the Lightning, and now it was their second consecutive in the first round as they meet again to face against the Panthers. It was nowhere that they played in before, and they really have been playing optimally. Since remembering from 2020, it was really how bad it gets. You know, I didn't really see anything that must have been a clearation. They just really stuck it out. And sometimes in 2021, they're definitely going to get initiated on that. Lestrade will try to clear that out as we already have a man down here, and Schmidt will go after Bobes this time. On a shot, it's blocked up by the Lightning defense, and now here's Goncalves. Oh man, this is definitely what they all expected now. Great stop by Mikola, but he couldn't get over it. Fires a shot, saved by Bobrovsky. And now set past to Lestrade. Hands at the smash hit. Bobes goes after him. And there'll be a penalty on the Lightning. After that fight, it looks like there was no calls onto the roughing, but they really took it here. Yeah, it's been like too much afterwards. I mean, what happens with Barkov's team? It looks like that someone's got really placed up and really took a bad hit. It's been a worse after decades, but this is not the start off what you need to do for. If you don't have the choice, you need to step out to it. Gotta try to fight back if you do for it. Kakovic shot, saved by Vasilevsky. Bobes takes it over. Now try to clear it out as the goaltender's still on the bench. Now it's Ekblad takes it over. A step behind the net, now finds it to Mikola. Send a deep pass over to Reinhard. Reinhard's right toward the wing. Penalty's still on the climb, as this one will be still on the Lightning for the slashing. Referee's hand still in the air. Ekblad, shot, glove saved by Vasilevsky. This will stop in with 15:52. Ryan McDonough in the penalty box.
Tampa number 27, 2 minutes for slashing.
It's time now for your Florida Panthers power play. Florida Panthers on the power play. A 1 this time. Let's see what they can handle to get their power play advantage. Here's the win for Barkov.
Tampa penalty number 27, 2 minutes for slashing. Tampa penalty 16:49 remaining in the second period. That's a penalty on the Tampa Bay Lightning, number 27, Ryan McDonough on the slashing. Tampa penalty 16:49 remaining in the second period of the playoffs.
He now finds it to Reinhard. In middle, Barkov for 2, stopped by Vasilevsky. London takes it over, clears that zone out. Rebounded by Schmidt. And now Rodriguez will set it again, now finding to Reinhard. Off again to Kachuk. Victor Hedman takes it over. And he will clear that zone out. Barkov takes it over back. And pass to Schmidt. Schmidt, caught him on, stopped by Vasilevsky with a big save here. He really got a minor writing to put in the stoppage for the Panthers team. Now the team's ready to take the next faceoff with only 15:08 remaining in the second, nearing a 5-minute pass on the mark. Lundell wins the faceoff, and here's Schmidt. He'll set it again to Bennett. Bennett, pass to Schmidt, and sent over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, Lestrade a backhander, and it's stopped by Vasilevsky. Just about under 15 minutes in the second, past the 5-minute mark in the second. A lot of big, quick lead hits here. Big saves in the night tend to be like Bobrovsky and Vasilevsky. They are not really hard competition at all. Verhaeghe takes things off and now finds Bennett. And in the middle, this one gets beat the Furbics out of here. Now here's Ekblad. He will send it over right toward the wing. Pass to Verhaeghe. 50 seconds for the Panthers power play. And it's sent to Bennett. Bennett shot, save play! Unbelievable to Vasilevsky! How did he stop that one? There was no close afterwards. That must have been Vasilevsky. He's putting in that quick tightness. That was a knockoff kill. Unbelievable. Lundell wins the faceoff. And Chaffee takes it over. Chance for a short-handed goal. That one gets back to Verhaeghe. And now here's Ekblad. A lot of hits for the Lightning, but there's not enough time for the Florida Panthers to knock somebody down if they're on defense. Ekblad, right turn outside, has it to Verhaeghe. And give to Ekblad. One time for Lundell. That's side fade by Vasilevsky. And rebound by Verhaeghe. Flat shots blocked up. Rebound by Lundell. Back to Verhaeghe. Set to Bennett. And Cirelli takes it over. Ryan McDonough's penalty is almost about to be expired. With the shot, stop on a pad. That one knocks him down. And the power play is over for the Panthers. It will be 0-2 this time. Looks like I really cleared up actually. And now Saint puts it in by Vasilevsky. This is a big stoke. Nobody's been able to get it perfect on that range. But this is the entire time that they're doing it for real. Lundell wins the faceoff. Ekblad's right toward wing. He'll set it over. And that one dishes it up. The rebound by Aaron Ekblad. Trying to battle it for the loose puck. And toward middle, set by Bobrovsky. And Verhege goes right to Bennett. Bennett clears his own. This will fire around the net. And here's Victor Hedman. He'll now send to Radius. Here's Nikita Kucherov. Kucherov passes off Mikula with the puck steal. And finds Bennett. Gives to Rodriguez. And now back on ice is A.J. Greer. He'll give back to Rodriguez this time. And he'll now find a pass off the outside of Mikula. Kulikov's right toward wing. Except to Melikov. To Rodriguez. Rebounded up by the Panthers. Moves in by Greer. Move around quickly. Rodriguez. Turn it back. Backhander. Save made by Vasilevsky. Here's Nikita Kucherov. Right toward the wing. Setting it from outside. Past the point. And that one just got daggered out. Mikula takes over to Greer. Here's Greer. On the bounce break. Save. Back to Gakovic. That one really made it clear. That one was unbelievable how the goaltender was reacting. That one really took the bite here. Walensky's pulls the pass back to Gakovic. Finds Schmid. Schmid. Fire save by Vasilevsky. 12:26 remaining in the second period. They're rolling it offensively. Panthers really wanted to shut out the Lightning, but there was no time to make the rest. Tommy Nosek wins the faceoff as Schmidt takes over to Walensky's this time, now find Gakovic. Schmidt. Greer. Fires a shot. Save play by Vasilevsky. The Lightning are back in offense zone. Will dump the puck out. And now A.J. Greer will have his own take. He'll have it over behind the net to Schmidt. Schmidt finds a pass to Walensky's. New line group here. Gakovic trying to pull it off. Second play to Walensky's. Rebounded up by the Panthers. One time Reinhardt shot. That one's off again. Rebounded by Walensky's. Schmidt. And that one will clear the zone out here as he misfires it. This one will go out of the zone. Schmidt will try to take his own regroup. Here's Walensky's right toward in the wing. Nosek takes over. They're back in the Lightning territory as he'll give it to Reinhardt. And here's Gakovic. He'll send it over again to Aaron Ekblad back on ice. Forsling, pass to Nosek. Nosek, pass to Forsling. Both on a shot stopped by Vasilevsky with 11:21 remaining in the second period. Now they're ready to take their next face-off. 42-33 gives for the Lightning, and they are just getting started. Barkov wins the face-off as Aaron Ekblad sets to Forsling. Forsling sets to Ekblad. Into the middle, Barkov! What a stop by Vasilevsky! 11:13 remaining in a second. Couldn't get the leadoff score for Barkov. 83-92. It was not enough. But it looks like there might be a lot of big mistakes here, but they could have ended up. Verhege. That one rebounded again by Cernak. It's a good poke check for the Lightning. Here's Gergensen. In his zone. Stopped by Aaron Ekblad. He rolls it in. Now finds Reinhardt. A set off to Barkov. Barkov. Back to Verhege. Verhege rolls it in. Now finds to Aaron Ekblad. Here's Barkov on a wing. Saved by Vasilevsky. Just about 10:43 remaining in the second period. And as Barkov will sit it out of here. The rebound by Lightning. Ismail's battle along the boards. Rebound by Gergensen and sets to Paul. Paul right toward wing. 10:25 left to go. Stop by Bobrovsky. And this gets back to Forsling. Now find Bennett. Bennett finds Tkachuk. Tkachuk loses the effort. And it's back to the Lightning. Atkinson rolled in right toward the corner. Fires a shot. Big save by Bobrovsky. Kulikov pushes off our way. And now it's Tkachuk. A set over back again to Bennett. Bennett. Racing bounding. Blocker saved by Vasilevsky. It's back to Mikula. Kulikov takes it over, now finds to Bennett. Bennett looks to Kulikov. Fires a shot, saved by Vasilevsky. Make Tkachuk and Valiant across as Atkinson sets to Chaffee. Chaffee's really like giving it over, and this is the big setup that he's been doing it for. We need to get this game moving back so quickly, so they need to get this one with a entire goal at the same time. Here's Lindell. Lindell fires it. Snatched by Vasilevsky. 9:29 remaining in the second period. Both teams tied. A lot on the line here for the Panthers. They're still looking for a goal to take the lead. As for Braden Point wins the face-off, he now finds the Reddish. This time looks to Kucherov. Here's Point, set to Bucel, shots blocked, Schmid with the rebound, and it's now Bovis. He'll cover in for the rebound, finds it over to Schmid. And he looks over to Lindell, pass to Listerinen. It's back to Bovis this time, and Bobrovsky will set to Bovis, and he passed to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe sliding across the screen, Verhaeghe right around the net, rolls it over to Lindell. One-time Schneider shot, stopped by Vasilevsky. Rolls right to the wall. On to the full break. Here's Polinski. Pass to Reinhardt. Shot, pass, save by Vasilevsky with only 8:44 remaining in the second. Now they're ready to take their next puck drop. Panthers still looking for a goal to take the lead. Barkov takes over with the win. He now finds Ekblad, looks to Forsling. Forsling sets over to Ekblad. Into the middle, Barkov couldn't get over it. And now we'll try to get to Sorelli this time. 3-on-2 advantage. Goncalves moves it over. Forsling takes out. Now Sam Reinhardt will set again to Verhaeghe. And off to Reinhardt. He'll now give it over to Barkov. Barkov sets the pass. Here's Forsling, shot saved by Vasilevsky. 8:11 to go in the second period. He'll hold things up here under nearing an 8-minute mark in the second period. The Cats are tied up still. They still couldn't get over this time, but they really have to find another way to get right to it. It's really not really hard, but sometimes it does happen with the Panthers. They've really been elected out, and they couldn't make the save afterwards. They've really been pushed over. It's not a great save what you're doing for it. Good shot. Can't clear it out. And a rebound by McDonough. Rolls it off, and a big save by Bobrovsky. He will stop in play with only 7:51 remaining in the second. Now it's a lot of time afterwards as the Panthers are wanting to take its own place to bump out the Lightning in the first round. And here's a set-off. Mikkola takes it over and he'll set it behind the net to Kolokov. He finds Bennett, has sent to Rodriguez, and he's out of the zone. One-timer. Allen breaks a chain. Kolokov will come right after it. And a pass now finds Mikkola. Matthew Tkachuk will try to reset the group into the wing. Now he will have a chance with only 7:25 remaining. Pass to Bennett. Right toward Rodriguez. On a shot, will save by Vasilevsky. 7:18 remaining in the second period. 56 shots on goal for Florida and over 32 for Tampa Bay. Now it's a win for Lindell. He sets to Schmid. Schmid sets the pass to Bovis. Bovis couldn't hold on to it as Kucherov takes it over. That one makes swings and misses. Good set up feed. Good shot. Covered up by Bobrovsky. 7:04 remaining in the second period. They'll get ready for a next puck drop. Now they're ready to do it again. Panthers have won 27 face-off wins and only 13 for the Lightning. And now the win will put it in for Lindell. And reach around Bovis, gives to Schmid. He's off in a hurry. On to the races. Schmid right to the wing. Bobber round shot, stop by Vasilevsky. Oh, what a great take here for Schmid. He tried to pull at everything, but he couldn't get over it. Now they're ready to take the next puck drop. Lindell's team still tied with under 7 minutes. Now it's Braden Point. He sets to Cernak, and he'll give it over. Now find it over. And he went with it down. You see a lot of booing afterward, and this looks like they are all disregard on Brian McDonough. He's not really looking good out here today. Lindell sent around and over to Verhaeghe, and this one gives to Schmid. Rolls to Bovis again to Belinsky's. Belinsky pass back over. Now finds Schmid. Schmid wants to give to Bovis. A lot of hits here. This will keep alive. Bergaghi takes over. He'll fire around the net, finding Lindell. Lindell pass. Schmid right toward wing. Needs some regroups here. Now finds the Forsling. Forsling to Schmid. This time often he gets to Lindell. Fires that. That misses wide. Up and over to Glass. This gives it again to Bobes. And he's over now to Schmid. Sets back to Lindell. Lindell gets to Forsling. Here's Schmid. Shot! Stop by Vasilevsky with 5:53 remaining in the second. They really took it their own time afterward. They're not really seem to do much anything. Alexander Barkov wins the faceoff. He gets to Bergaghi as he's back on ice. Forsling goes to a team with an offside with only 5:41 remaining in the second. 49, excuse me. And a win for Braden Point. He's over to Goodsell. Oh, Barkov must have had that one. And a great block here for the Panthers. He's off to Alexander Barkov. He sets it over to Bergaghi. On the opportunity, racing bounding. Bergaghi switches that glass shot. Glove saved by Vasilevsky. 5:30 remaining in the second period. They'll hold things up to get ready for next puck drop. Now they're off to do it again. 58-39 for the Lightning on again. Another win for the Barkov. And Zach Glad will try to reset things off Philly. And he's over now trying to get the Forsling. Set to Reinhard. Rebounds it. No offside for the Panthers this time. And you'll set it over again to Carter Bergaghi. Off to Alexander Barkov. Will set to Forsling this time. Now gives it to Ekblad. Bergaghi rushes. Scores! Aaron Ekblad! Now they take the lead. It's a 3-2 game. What a big setup, and that is really what they all expect there. You see what happens to Ekblad? That's a great racing off to get his own goal. Now watch me go over here. This is a great change and a great defensive effort for Alexander Barkov. He's not really getting over this, but the use of his energy has been a lot of great skills in. That one's off the pad. That one's right to the net. They got their lead up for one. That was unbelievable, and he just made another great goal after Gustav Forsling and Alexander Barkov to give another goal as they had a one-point possession lead over the Lightning. You know, I've seen sometimes what happens with Lightning, and they're really like gasping out. It just doesn't make anyone else that hard like they've done before. Bradley Hughes went down, and a rebound by Sorelli. Now the Bolts will carry it along the wing. Brandon Hagel. Lost that puck in bounding. Now finding Matthew Tkachuk. He looks over to Bennett. 7:45 remaining in the second period. Now Tkachuk's right toward wing. Set over, watching him playing behind. He'll now give to Mikula as he's back on ice. Set to Bennett is broken up by Sorelli. 4:30 remaining in the second period. This has been a one big take. A pass goes Thomas.
Second
Rolls it
goal
over. The shot blocked by a redirection.
by
And
number
rebound by
5,
Tkachuk.
Aaron
Rolls over to Robert Goose's side.
Ekblad.
In the wing. Fires it over. Now finds it off to Nozak.
Assisted
And
by
Nozak will find
number
Kulakov.
42,
Get the pass to Nozak.
Gustav
Good pull check here by Nick
Forsling.
Paul as he sets it over to Michael
And
Izanov.
by number 16,
Izanov.
Alexander
Gets to Hagel. Shot.
Barkov.
Redirected off by Kulakov, and he finds Greer.
Time of the goal,
The big pass
14:51
now
remaining
finds
in the
Ekblad.
second. Aaron Ekblad, his second
Good try
goal of
watching
the playoffs,
carefully.
assisted by
And
Gustav
Schmidt will
Forsling
carry it
and
offside.
Alexander
Only 3:54
Barkov
remaining.
in the second period. 14:51 in the playoffs.
Plenty of action here on ice. Florida Panthers up for one, 3-2. Nozak wins the faceoff. Gakovic sets it over to Greer, and he'll fire it around net. Here's Nozak. Sets it right toward Wayne. Kicks it over. The rebound by Belinsky. Sets to Schmid. Schmid gives to Belinsky's, and he'll find a pass to Schmid. Schmid pass to Belinsky. Off to Nozak. Fires it! What a stop by Vasilevsky! He holds the catch with only 3:33 remaining. I don't know what's going to change it up, but that's really like, oh my goodness. This one was not even easy enough, and they really stepped out of the chain. Now as the Lightning wins the faceoff, here's another takeover to McDonough. Jorgensen in the wing. 3:23 left to remain in the second. And it's back to Isamau. Watch out of the play zone. Here's a chance. Zernak shot. Block the shot. That one sticks to zone, and that one cleared out. Great take for the Florida defense effort. Ryan McDonough gets down to Zernak's. Bumped in the wing. He'll keep the zone in. Here's Belinsky's. One time. Slides back. Stop by Vasilevsky. Oh, what a great reaction here for Belinsky's as he rolls it back. And that one was amazing. No win for Reinhardt. A set over again to Ekblad. Forsling sets to Ekblad. Off to Reinhardt. In zone. Train transition to Barkov. It was knocked out. Under 3 minutes remaining in the second. Kucherov slipped the move. Back to Forsling. And he's now over. Center out of the way is Braden Point. A center and slot glove save by Bobrovsky. He rolled it out one quickly. Now it happens to be Bobrovsky. He makes a great save. It's a big on tape. Verhaeghe rolls it in. That pass broken up. And he rolls right into the Florida Panthers zone. Bobrovsky will set it over. Kucherov sets it over. On the pass, broken in and bounding. Point. Sets to McDonough. And over now to Gutsel. Gutsel. Toward stopped by Bobrovsky. Ekblad will now sets it to Verhaeghe this time. And he's right toward the wing. He's out of the zone. He was not really keeping him comfortable, but that is a big harsh play. They've got a good coming in on a back and forth forward check, but they done. Reinhardt's right toward wing, sets it to Kulikov, and he sets to Mikkola. Mikkola sets to Reinhardt. Reinhardt shots fired, saved by Vasilevsky. 1:49 remaining in the second. And now they're set ready for our next puck drop. 3-2, Florida Panthers. Lundell wins the faceoff. He's off to Kulikov. Kulikov sets to Listerinen. Listerinen now hits to Kulikov this time. Pass off to Listerinen. Now gives to Mikkola. Mikkola rolls it back over to Listerinen. He gives to Kulikov. Finds Bovets. Over to Lundell. Can't find any way to open around. And Cirelli has that puck out of here to send it to Goncalves. Goncalves. Oh, he's in space! Save by Bobrovsky. He really took that one with the pace after it. He really showed it off. No sign at all. Bovets fires it. Saved by Vasilevsky with 1:15 remaining in the second. If you love this one, you will love it too. With the next vlog video, it's going to be the BFDI Anime Sanity Tour. You won't want to miss this one out. But we have a new one that's underway for you. It's the skit of the Party Freakout, and you're currently invited to with our cruise and with always Luigi Guy, Mr. Raphael, and of
Last
course,
minute of play in the second period.
These are all the groups in here, along with Chris the Beast, and of course, a special love one with the Lucky Lucky Clover. This will be the next skit to bring things off. Don't miss out, July 13th, only on Son of Beast. And the new channel that we'll be placing in will be the gaming channel. More future will be less videos to spend some time oftenly. You will be able to get less videos here. Instead of with the games on one channel, you will see the games on the other channel with that one instead. With a new chapter for the life before 2026, it's going to be a big changing different. You won't miss this one out with a new channel on its way. Here's Bennett. A step back to Schmidt, looks to Rodriguez, fires a shot, misses wide. And rebounded by Vasilevsky, he will cover it up with only 22 seconds in a second. Now they're ready for another puck drop. It is a tight game here with 22 seconds, 3-2. Now as Point wins the faceoff, he will set the pass to Hetman. Went right toward a racing board. One time Rodriguez, that one is off the skater, and it's back to Kachuk again. Time running down. 10 seconds remaining. Schmid, give to Bennett. And back to Kachuk. Fires it, saved by Vasilevsky. And now we'll give it over to Kucherov, and that will end the period here.
And that will end the second period. Your Florida Panthers 3 and the Tampa Bay Lightning 2.
After the break. We are back. Third period about to begin at Amaranth Bank Arena. It is been a wildest game here at Sunrise, Florida, as we are coming down to the finish line for the third game for the start of the NHL Stanley Cup playoff. It was really like hard and intense matchup it is, but let's hope they get it. All right there, James, I have a little feeling with you. What do you think of this, how that happened? Well, so far so good. I've been seeing so much confidence on a sprint. That playing bounding was not very easy enough. This one really sets it off. And this shot was not really the easier taking, and they were really being stepped off behind. I've been really looking forward to seeing what goes in with the team of the Panthers. They might score an end to win the third game. I think there's a higher range than that one, so we're going to find out if they take it. Reinhardt's right toward Wade, and it's broken up here by Kucherov. Lightning back in offense zone. That one blocks it up. Panthers takes over, and now it's a new line group here with a change. That one sets it down. That's good call this. It's back to Rodriguez. He sets the force lane. Forsley can't go right toward in the wing, and now Sorelli will take over. It's back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez right toward wing. Goes down. Up and rush. That misses wide. And rebound by Hagel. Redirects the traffic. Sam Bennett's right toward wing. Fires it across around the net to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sets to Kulikov. Mikula fires it. He scores! Matthew gets shot. He puts in the big deflector. Look out, that's the stop, and this happens to Matthew Tkachuk. This is his second playoff goal, and this is the deflector, and that big tipper has made it a great range. This is the backstop angle. When this pass comes in, that big tipper you see here from Matthew Tkachuk. This one lines up the goaltender, and now they're up by 2. Florida Panthers are up by 2 with 18:28 remaining. You know, it was not really what they excelled in. I can say now what the Florida Panthers been doing it for. Over the last couple of years here, by 2021, it was not easy, but they changed it oftenly. They really had a hard time making aggressions, and they're really stepping up the pace that far. Kulikov has to Gomez, and he sets to Lindell. Lindell shoots, save made by Vasilevsky. Here's Sorelli with 18 minutes remaining in the third period. Toward the wing, pass to Ismail. Ismail finding Gurgitson. And over the pass, that shot redirects it off the track and rebound by Kulikov. Kulikov goes right to Bobes. Bobes sets it over to Vestran.
Score by number 19, Matthew Tkachuk.
17:36 remaining in the third period. They'll get ready for another puck drop.
Nico Mikkola.
Later, guys, we do have
and by number 7, Dimitri
Kulikov. It'll be the Devils facing the
Time of the goal, 132 remaining in the third. Matthew Tkachuk, his first goal of the playoffs, assisted by Nico Mikkola and Dimitri Kulikov in the third period at 1:32 in the playoffs.
Next games here on Son of Beast that will be coming up later tonight at 8:30, and 3:30 will be the next game to get things off. And then we will have a little crossover here, starting at 7 p.m. will be the Magic against the Celtics. That'll be game 4 on its way on the coverage. And then 10 p.m. will be the Lakers versus against the Warriors. You'll see that in just a few minutes here by hours. Once the time gets close, we'll send you to the other side. Walensky's right toward Wayne, sets to Smith. Here's a shot, saved by Vasilevsky. Now a rebound by McDonough. McDonough pass, broken up, and it rolls over, now finding to Greer. Greer, never hit here for the Lightning, as Schmidt sets it over to Vigalinsky's. Vigalinsky's pass, broken up by Giselle. That one changes over, and the rebound by Giselle. Wow, never get on the monsters on the Panthers. And set to Schmidt. Schmidt gives to Greer. Greer lost his control, moves it in, scores! A.J. Greer throws in another playoff goal. This is his first playoff goal. Nothing stands out. A.J. Greer was racing in. That's another great on about power percentage. You see, A.J. Greer hasn't really got any playoff goals. He finally comes down with his first playoff goal. It was not easy when they changed it over to. But when you see that happen to A.J. Greer, it's the first part of the goal of his night to give a good start off. Now the win for the Lightning with only 16:50 remaining in the third period. Rolls it in, Bobrovsky will give it to Ekblad, and he will now set it over. That one broken up by Glendening. Never get here. Rebounded by Kachuk. He'll send it back around the net to Ekblad. And that one goes right over to Glendening. Rolls right toward it. Bennett takes off. And it rolls to Ekblad. Now sends it to Forsling. Forsling's right toward middle. In the wing. Passes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sets the pass to Ekblad. One-time Barkov shot for 3. That one did not go in. And this one tried to go for 2 this time. This one notched out. And here's Victor Hedman. Pass to Chappie. Chappie. Holding right toward wing. Passes to Valier. Hedman races out of here in his own.
Score
back
by
to the
number 10,
back to Victor Hedman. Here's Victor Hedman right in the wing. It's back to Ekblad.
Assisted by number 88, Dave Schmidt.
Barkov's right toward wing. He'll fire it around the net. And here's the
by
wing.
number
Save
26,
Reinhart.
Upas
Trying to go back to
Polinsky. Time to go,
Pulls it out of his
3:41
own.
remaining
And it's
in the
rebounded
third
up by
period.
the Lightning.
AJ Greer, his
That's
first
Alves is
playoff
right in the
goal of the
wing.
postseason,
Gets a
assisted
little
by Nick
smash.
Schmidt and Upas
Into the action.
Polinsky
Nikolai
in the
takes
third
over.
at
And rebounded
3:41 in
by
the
Panthers.
playoffs.
It's back to Sam Reinhart. Panthers gives it to Nikolai. And he will have to regroup here. It will not change it optimally. He misfired in that one too many times, but he'll have to do the change off. Yeah, it's really like not difficult afterwards. I mean, that puck control is not turning to be easy enough that he does score. Here's Lindell, right toward wing, sets the pass to Kulikov. He will give it to Mark Mikula. No penalty given by the Lightning. And a shot saved by Vasilevsky. It's rebounded by the Lightning. Battling for the loose puck. And it's back to Hagel. Hagel in the wing. On a sprint. Stopped it by Bobrovsky. Mikula sets it to Kulikov. And he now is off to Bovest. Bovest fires that one around net. And Kulikov will take things here. Kick the zone. And rebound by Lindell. That one knocked out. It's back to Goodsell. Goodsell right in the wing. Rush! Stopped by Bobrovsky with 13:49 remaining. Oh, this is like a lot of energy afterwards. This one was not easy to take in. And that really must have set it out back the arc man. Not a win for the Lightning. Moser, battle along the boards, point. He goes right to Furbix on a shot. Stop made by Bobrovsky. As a shot went wide, and will now get it over to Smith. Polinsky on his way down. Deep pass to Listerine. Listerine. Nowhere to go. Finding Kucherov. He's over down to Goodsell. There's a hit, and they're going to go after it. There will be another guy to stop it, so he puts it in right toward his own. Oh, this is how bad it gets down. This is not when you start these often. There is no quit. You can't play it like you did for the Lightning. And he's down! Matthew Tkachuk! He rolls the crowd victor on his own hand. Wow! Oh, this is like the energy feeling of a night here for Matthew Tkachuk. He really had shown up for coming. He was knocking you down and he felt like, you're going to go after me? Not after all. He was really like stepping in. He was not showing his sign optically. Sam Bennett wins the faceoff. Polinsky is now finding the
Tampa Bay
Schmidt.
Lightning. 5 minutes for fighting on number 19 and number 48.
It's back to
Time
Bovest.
penalty for
It's
both
redirected
players.
by J.J. Moser.
13:23 remaining
And
in the
here's
third period.
Ferguson.
That's a penalty for both teams on the Lightning and the
For the
Panthers.
shot,
Matthew
stopped by
Tkachuk
Bobrovsky.
and Nick
Sam
Furbix,
Bennett
5
takes
minutes
it
for
over.
fighting on both
Schmidt.
teams. Time
It's
penalty,
back to Bobrovsky.
13:23 remaining in the third period of the playoffs.
A set-off pass, broken up. Polinsky takes it over with only under 13 minutes. Fires that one around the net, and it's rebounded by Izamound. Izamound takes over, now finds J.J. Moser. Moser loses control. Bovest takes over. Rebound by Schmid. Schmid passes off to Barkov. Shot stop by Vasilevsky. And over to Schmid. Right guard. Pass to Polinsky's. Rolls the pass. That one just gives out of the way. Rodriguez takes over. Here's Sam Reinhardt, he scores! Reinhardt, backhander, beauty! Now that was the lead, 6-2. Doesn't make accompanied by them, but that was a nice goal on the backhander. He really was thinking he was going to try to beat the goaltender, and he did. You see that, what Sam Reinhardt did? That's a spinning backhander, and he really puts it in with the nice, good effort. Doesn't make that clear, and he really got this on goal. Take time. So it's now a 6-2 lead. Florida Panthers are striding out the Lightning to try to make its way to the second round. They never lost in the first round this before, but as you know it, they've already just made a clutching in to win this game. But the first round was not easy for the Lightning to pick things in. I know what you're thinking right now, but they're really stepped out. This is not the big play that you're good for. They really kept on from coming back. Goes down. Here's a chance. McDonough shoots off the skater and back to Verhage as he sets the force lane. 12 minutes remaining in the third period. He'll fire it around the net. Sets to Barkov. Barkov right toward wing. Trying to grab it back. And he's fighting for the loose puck. Cernax now rolls it over, now finding to Glendening. And a set pass to Atkinson. Cam Atkinson shot, misses wide. Rebounded by Alexander Barkov. In the attacking zone, Lightning.
His first
right
goal
toward
in
his
the
wing.
playoffs.
In the
Scored by
zone.
number 13.
It skips out and Flagler cleared over Barkov. And he'll set to Barkov. New line group here for the Panthers.
Assisted by number 17.
Listerine takes over. Off the force. Barkov shot. That was blocked up by Kutsevs.
Time of the goal, 7:37 remaining in the third. Sam Reinhardt, his first playoff goal, assisted by Evan Rodriguez in the third period at 7:37 in the playoffs.
Mark. Listerine bumps him out. Trying to get out of the way. Kulikov takes over. Now the pass to Boves this time. Passing right in the middle. Trying to go for 2-on-1 shot. That one redirects it. And it's back to Boves. Gunkovich takes over. Kutsevs all alone. Shot stopped by Bobrovsky. They really showed it off how he was doing this. And the fans are loving Sergei for the home crowd. They already really have been pleased. I wasn't sure that this would be happening enough, but that was a great take for the home team crowd. Big hit for the Panthers. And now Gunkovich sets it over. It's now back the other way. He'll send it over to Boves. Boves, Belinsky sets to Kulikov. Kulikov's right toward wing. And he rolls around the net, finding Sam Bennett. We passed the midway mark in the third period as we're nearing the end of the third, but there's a lot much time to get things in. Here's Sorelli in the zone. That one broken up. The rebound by Schmidt. He sets to Bennett. Bennett, deep pass to Rodriguez. Another get for the Lightning. They've been striking on defense, but there's not a lot of goals to take in. Well, I thought that was. And he scores. Luke Glendening. He rolls that one in. It's now 6-3 game. Glendening has his second playoff goal to put it back down. All alone, doesn't make anything that happen. That's when Glendening was making a great shot, but Bobrovsky couldn't see where that puck was flying. That one really wasted it in. This one was really nowhere to be found in. And that's what happens. You don't play it oftenly, you don't get it done right. So the Panthers have trailed this one, and they cut their leads down by 1. And it's now a 6-3 game with 9:30 to go. Rebound by Reinhardt. He'll send it all the way out. Nobody giving here this time, and this one that gives to McDonough. Here's Chappie. 9:18 remaining in the third period. Schmidt takes over, now finding Belinsky's. And he's over down to Alexander Barkov.
Time of goal for the second goal of the playoffs, scored by number 11,
Squeezes in. This one doesn't make a good
assisted by number 77, Victor Hedman. Time of the goal, 10:29 remaining in the third period.
And here's
Luke
Glendening.
Glendening, his second goal in the playoffs, assisted by Victor Hedman in the third
With a
period
shot.
at 10:29 in the
Oh,
playoffs.
he blocked that one. What a great stop here for the Florida Panthers. Here's Verhege. Set pass to Ekblad. Fires it. Stopped by Vasilevsky with 8:44 remaining in the third period. We'll get some time optimally when we come back, and we'll be ready for our next face-off on the puck drop as we get closer right now to the 8:30 mark in the third. Nosek wins the face-off, finds Aaron Ekblad. He's over to Forsling. Forsling went down afterwards. Gakovic, and that lifts it up here for Vasilevsky with 8:34 remaining. 6-3 Florida. Now as both teams are ready to take on the next puck drop, it is a 6-3 game, Florida Panthers. Now to win, here's Cernak with 8:30 left to remain. And Aaron Ekblad will send it over, now finding a Greer, will send to Nosek. And right over again to Gakovic. Set the pass over in the knee. And it's over to Eisenman with the puck steal and back to Nick Paul. Nick Paul. Sandra Eisenman, shot saved by Abramsky. And Gakovic will now have it again to Forsling. Forsling kicks the puck over, now has it to Ekblad. Ekblad will now give it over, and the pass now finds Gakovic again to Forsling. Forsling's right toward wing, he's over, fired it again, around the net to AJ Greer. A set back over, pass to Bennett. Bennett shot, he scores! Another goal for the Panthers! That one takes an extension. There's no stopping this here with Sam Bennett. He has earned his 5th goal, and this one was the playoffs that he'd been getting to. 2 goals in this game was not really the easier that he was taking in. He was catched up the right timing. I know what you're looking for, but that is another great goal to beat over Vasilevsky. Sam Bennett able to take it over. And as for Johansson, he will be able to come in for Andrei Vasilevsky. Man, he's been hard already. Just worked it out the boat again. Don't you think? I say so. I mean, he really wasn't really expecting, but this one really does it for all. Here's Goncalves to set to Radius, right over to it around and back, and he will get another goal. I mean, another goal for the Tampa Bay Lightning, as it won't be another goal to take that one 2 points ahead and 2 points behind. So Radius has another goal in the playoffs. That's 2 in a row. Well, just after the Panthers play goal, this is another goal when he was making it in. Transferring from one hand, and then backhander, and then just had a backhand shot. It's beauty. Very, isn't it? Daniel Radius, 2 goals in the playoffs. As we're nearing down the 7-minute mark in the third period. It has been like an extension afterwards, and with only 7:30 remaining, it was not easy enough that they really had dunked it hard. Of course they wouldn't mind the matter, but that one gives a punch to us, and this one will be tough to worst. I didn't really say it was going to be like hard on the swivel, that they're doing it for a lot of sprint. That was like an in pursuit. Now here they go. Goncalves. Lose that puck. Robin Hughes will send it around the net and off to Mikola. Mikola sets the good shot. Good shot right behind the net. He'll fire it again. Right over now, finding Robin Hughes.
Oh, assisted by
Hughes will set the pass.
number 5,
Good shot. Backhander. Stop again by Vasilevsky.
And by
will now
number
swing to
10,
Mikola. Mikola loses
Greer.
the rebound by Rodriguez.
Time to go, 12-13 remaining in the third period. Sam Bennett gets 5th goal of the playoffs, assisted by Aaron Ekblad and AJ Greer in the third period at 12-13 in the playoffs.
Here's Mikola, and a shot's blocked. And Atkinson will carry it over. The Lightning are back in offense zone. Now sets to Chappie. Chappie's shot misses wide. Mikola sends it over, now finding a Reinhard. This rebound by Verhege. Verhege goes down. Rebounded by Atkinson. And over toward the wall. In the zone. Stopped by Bobrovsky. Wow, this is the biggest of them attackers.
Tampa Bay goal, his second goal of the playoffs, scored by number 43, Darren Radius. Assisted by number 93, Gage Goncalves. Time and a goal, 12:25 remaining in the third period. Darren Reddish, his second goal of the playoffs, assisted by Gage Goncalves in the third period. At 12:25 in the playoffs.
Chappie shot saved by Bobrovsky. Just about 5:54 remaining in the third period, and they're about to get ready for our next face-off. They are working really hard, and as for the Panthers, they lead it up 7-4. Barkov wins the face-off as Walensky will now have his puck carry on. The send a deep pass over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt sets to Verhage. Verhage's right third wing, he will set in the middle. That one chipped it out and rebounded by Barkov, excuse me. Now he find over to Paul. And he now finds J.J. Moser. Moser sets to Gurgitson. That one chips it up and Listerainen. And he'll clear back the other way into Tampa territory. Moser's got that puck in, now has it again to Gurgitson, and rolls right near the bench. Finds Lindell, sets over to Bobas. Bobas, given a carry, pass around the net to Listerainen. Listerainen doesn't have anybody open, and it's now finding his amount the other way. We've made our final minutes, a 5-minute mark in the third period, 15-minute mark presented by Discover. Now here's Lindell, he's right toward the wing, tries to give it over, to pass over, now finding to Bobas. Bobas, trying to kick it over, now finding again is Forsling, sets to Ekblad. Lindell fires it, save on the pad, stopped by Vasilevsky, with 4:41 remaining in the third. Man, the Florida Panthers really wanted to shut them down in the Tampa Bay Lightning, but it was not even close enough. Now here's the win. As for Cernak, he'll set over to Goncalves. Goncalves in the wing and rebounded up by the Panthers. Over the pass now, finding Ekblad. Gives to Greer. Greer going for two. Stopped by Vasilevsky. 4:23 remaining in the third period. He'll cover it up to get ready for another puck drop. And if you're all missing this one out, we've our next game on its way for tomorrow. We will have our next take. The Capitals face against the Hawks at Century Bell in Montreal, Canada. That'll be 1:30 p.m. coverage to start. And then the next game will be the next take, the Battle of Ontario at Canadian Tire Century in Ottawa, Canada, as this will be their next doubleheader games here and playing at Canada. And then only the next one here, as we'll get ready for our later tonight at 9:30 p.m. James Chabowski's heading to Edmonton, and he will be heading it over now to face against the LA Kings. That'll be our next game here, coverage for tomorrow only on Son of Beast. James, are you looking forward into Edmonton? I don't know if I am, but it looks like I will be able to get in no time. I mean, I'll be trying to be happy enough to be here. So I think a lot of fans might be here watching us. So I think Cheryl will have some fun times here in Edmonton. It might be like big undertaking, That's good. I mean, hopefully that we can definitely meet things again. If you'll love it or not. Hopefully so. I mean, I will definitely love that one in no time. And now to the center ice, I'll send it over to LJ of who had the better play of the night.
Well, Alexander Barkov was really like all the taking he's been doing it for. But I say now, Matthew Tkachuk was really like the big energy that he's been doing it for. Bobrovsky's really like showing up that Matthew Tkachuk was really like giving some good big tipples. I mean, that was really like all they seen. And all you know that far wasn't really the easy take that he good for. But Matthew Tkachuk is the better star to be by Alexander Barkov and Sam Reinhart. Looking forward to seeing his next game on his active. Back to you guys.
Schmid with the puck in, now finds a pass. And Schmid will try to dish it out of his own, now finds it to Verhage, who clear the range. As a big slam off for Verhage, and Chapney goes down. I don't know what's going on over here. This is like the battle rage out there. Is this the Clash? I don't think so. Not my time watch me, and I mean, they were already been like, kept it out. That's a little dagger. Roderick Hughes now finds Walensky's over to Tkachuk. Tkachuk. Go for it, and score! Matthew Tkachuk! 2 goals in the game. I can say now, it was not really what I always expected now for the Columbus, but this is what Happens with Matthew Tkachuk. He beats him over. He has a little big break to show him up. And he has another goal to put in for Matthew Tkachuk. That's number 3 in the playoffs. I was really expecting it now at the Florida Panthers. We really are on to a big tightening in. 2:21 remaining in the third period. As he gets his number goal, that's his 3rd in the playoffs. Polinski has that puck control, now finds Rodriguez again to Schmid. Schmid with a big hit. And rebounded up by the Florida Panthers. Tkachuk fires it around the net. And it's over now, over into Bennett. Bennett finds Ekblad, back to Sam Bennett. Keep the puck moving again at Ekblad, over to Rodriguez. No penalty given here by Tampa Bay as we're under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Finds Tkachuk. I don't know what's happening out there. That's a big slam down.
By number 19, Matthew Tkachuk.
Oh man, that's another good hit for the Florida Panthers. Now there's another will clear things up. And it's Matthew Tkachuk. He will settle things over. Lindell taking some own time here. And
by number 17,
he'll dish it out of his own.
Rodriguez.
And a rebound by Victor Hedman.
Time of the goal, 17:39 remaining in the third. Matthew Tkachuk, his 3rd playoff goal, assisted by Gugas Polinski and Evan Rodriguez in the 3rd period at 17:39 in the playoffs.
Sets it over to Bovest. Bovest pass to Lindell. Lindell swings it down and around. And set to Mikkola. Down to a final minute in regulation as we're putting up a big win here. It is a big success for the Florida Panthers. They won their game here in the first playoff game against the Lightning. They haven't won so long afterwards here, but that against the Toronto Maple Leafs, it seemed to be like out of nowhere. Not even my only that time watching for me, but that really was taking things over. They really are sure enough that they were really like keeping out of the way. I feel like no one was around. They definitely felt like there would be a great win for the Panthers. They couldn't get done better than that. Cernax with the puck. Pulls it in. He shoots off the backdoor blocker. Stop it, Zalewski. And that will do it for now. One last attempt. Mikkola. It's up and scores. Sam Reinhart will finish up this game, and that will do it. It has been a wild success out there, Words. And as for Sam Reinhart, he takes it up over to Zalewski. He's done. Third game complete. Yeah, I definitely didn't notice that was going to happen, but it did seem like it was up in a notch. And now with that goal, it's been a better, like he does. So Sam Reinhart will be able to finish things off the year with 2 goals in the playoffs. And with that, it has been a finish line success. Panthers, final score, 9-4. They are hunting big here, and if they win tomorrow, it'll be done. Florida Panthers takes the lead series, a 2-1 over the Lightning. It's been a monstrous afterwards by Sergei.
Your final score, Florida Panthers 9 and the Tampa Bay Lightning 4 in Game 3.
Well, I can tell you now, as we also live fans, it doesn't make that one stop because the hunt for the playoffs will continue.
Panthers fans, thank you for joining us for your next game. We look forward to you coming back in for our next game in game number 4. Please drive careful and get on the road safely. Have a great night.
The first part of the game of the playoffs. We'll see you all next time of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs on NHL 25 on EA Sports. Have a great afternoon, everybody, and so long in Sunrise, Florida. All right, thank you, Paint Crashing, but this time it's time for 3-star players in the game. Third star starts Sam Reinhart with 2 goals and 3 hits. It was a big believer on a big tipper, and he finished. And the second star player of the game goes to Aaron Ekblad. 1 goal, 2 assists, 6 hits. The big tipper does that one again. And the number 1 star, Matthew Tkachuk. 2 goals, 1 assist, and 6 hits. He makes a big great drive and pass Zalewski. Let's have a look and see what's up with the scores. 89 for the Florida Panthers shot on goal, and then it was only 14:59 for the time on attack. Just about 41 face-off wins, and only 9-minute penalty kills on both teams. 4-minute power play was already okay enough, but they didn't get the power play goal. They only keep it with the regulation. And here's the other side. We only have 123 for the Lightning. Then 88% on the passing for the perfectedness for Tampa Bay Lightning. 9-minute penalty kill also did the same thing. But not for that. They had a power play goal with 2:02. Well, that's it for the first game. If you're sticking around for the second game, 3:30 game, Canes and Devils are next, underway soon. We'll be back with you shortly after this one. But in that case, we're heading out of here for Florida, and I'll see you all for the next game. See you folks next time for as well as the NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs of NHL 25 on EA Sports. This is Terry Crews and Fan. Thank you for joining us for the first game. We'll see you all later for the second game, everybody. Until then, bye.
If you don't, somebody will.